Hello, everyone. I thought it would be fun to talk a little bit about the upcoming Nintendo Direct. Obviously, I have insider information at Nintendo, and already know what's going to be. No, I'm just kidding. What I actually wanted to do was speculate on what could possibly be shown in this thing. We have a little bit of information as to what we're going to see here. First half of the year, games for 2021, right? That encompasses games like Rune Factory 5, New Pokemon Snap, No More Heroes 3, I believe Disgaea 6. There are a number of games that we already know were coming out in that time frame, but I think we're gonna see more. Like 2020 was a kind of a disappointment game wise. Like everything else about 2020 was just great for me, just fantastic. But the video games on the Nintendo Switch front were kind of lacking. Like I don't want to say it was as bad as 2018, but it was close. Like not Nintendo Switch's best year for sure. So 2021 looks like it's going to be full of bombs, like straight up, just dropping bomb after bomb after bomb on us. Uh, huge heavy hitters for 2021. It's going to be legit. I think this might be Nintendo's biggest year if this the length of this direct is any indication. Like I'm expecting a lot of crazy shit. Like I am expecting to see Mario Kart 9. I do think it's about time for us to finally start talking about Mario Kart 9. Like, I'm sick of 8. Well, saying I'm sick of 8 is kind of it's kind of an exaggeration because like it's my all-time favorite Mario Kart. Um, it's a great game, one of my all-time favorite racing games at this point. Played that game to death. Really love it. But with like the spin-off coming out last year and 8 kind of peaking in sales, coming out years and years ago, 2014 and I think 2018 as well. I do think 2021 is the year for Mario Kart, like more Mario Kart. I do think now is a good time for it. I want a sequel. I want a real sequel. I want my Mario Kart 9, okay? A real, proper, new entry on Nintendo Switch. Really looking forward to that. On the Zelda front, people are talking about Breath of the Wild 2. I don't think we're going to see it here. I think it's going to be like later in the year that we see it. What I do expect from Zelda is that I do expect Grezzo is going to announce another game, and I'm hoping that game is going to be a remake of the Oracle games. Hopefully in one package, like 16 dungeons, 16 Oracle dungeons in one game would be like mind blowing, like legit 10 out of 10 Zelda. Like the Oracle games are super underrated, and I think like putting them in one package like that with like the Link in the Link's Awakening engine would be phenomenal. Like that, those games are severely underrated, and I desperately want to see them reach a new audience. And I do think they're 20 years old now. They came out in 2001. So I think now's a great time to put them out. Amazing, phenomenal games. People are also talking about like Nintendo Switch 64 online. Nintendo might start putting games on that. People, I think I don't think I've speculated this on my channel because I haven't been talking about Nintendo much at all lately, unfortunately. Um, I've been I've been speculating myself that the reason that there's so much shit going down on March 3rd or in March or whatever is because Nintendo is releasing something in March. Nintendo 64 Online. The reason they're not selling Super Mario 3D All Stars after that point is because Super Mario 64 is just going to be available on the Switch eShop. They're going to start selling more older games on the eShop. Technically, the emulation is there for Wii, GameCube, and N64 games. I expect they would want to sell GameCube games and then just periodically update the Nintendo Switch Online with the older consoles. I can't imagine them giving away the GameCube games for free yet. I think they're going to want to sell those first. But N64 is going. I think N64 Online is a given. If not this time, then soon. And I expect the first game to be on there is Super Mario 64. probably alongside Pilot Wings, quickly followed by like Ocarina of Time, and hopefully some of these relatively unknown third party games. There's a lot of shit like on N64 that people don't talk about because of the narrative that like PS1 was so much better. Like they could put like Ogre Battle on there. They could put the Mystical Ninja. Like there's all sorts of shit they could put on there. Like I love the N64. Like Banjo Kazooie, people are talking about a lot. Paper Mario. Like there's a lot of stuff that people would like. Like kids today, like just love N64. It's kind of hilarious actually. Love N64. So. I'm expecting more of that. We're probably not going to get more updates because they just announced a couple for Super Nintendo and NES. So I think that's going to be. I think that's going to stay as it is. I think that is updating today, actually. Come to think of it, kind of an interesting coincidence, huh? Maybe they're announcing some other things. So people are talking about Metroid Prime 4. I am so like unoptimistic about that game at this point. It's been too long. I didn't like the fact that they announced it early to begin with. I was very very much against that. Like that was like for a lot of people that was the most hyped thing at E3. Like oh man, Nintendo's growing up. For me it was for me it was like a huge disappointment. Like don't show a game until you have something to show. Nintendo was like Nintendo's usually so good about that, but in like the case of like Prime 4 and Bayo 3, it's been like, why did you even announce these games? Like, wait a couple of years. Like, I don't understand. Like, at least you don't have people, like, speculating that Bayonetta 3 could be multi-plat. Like, it is a confirmed Nintendo Switch exclusive, but, I mean, what are you gonna do? With Nintendo's recent acquisition of Next Level Games, I'm kind of expecting a new game from them. It's been a couple of years since Luigi's Mansion 3, and it's very possible they have something to show. Something like maybe easier to make, maybe a new Mario Strikers, maybe Punch Out, maybe something else. Like I really want them to make like Wario Land, Metroid, Star Fox, or F-Zero. Like I think they could do really really well with a lot of those things, or maybe a new IP. Like again, like they're definitely a studio to keep their eye on at the moment, considering like Retro's lack of real output in the past couple of years. I would say Next Level Games has actually far surpassed them in quality. Tropical Freeze was great, but that came out in 2014. What has Retro been doing since then? Like are they just dicking around? Like, are we finally gonna see like the obscure like retro game that we haven't seen in forever? It's been so long that people have like stopped talking about it. Like this mysterious retro project that we keep hearing whispers about from former employees and stuff like that. Like, I would love it if it was like Donkey Kong Country Returns 3. Like, I think they would be. I think they would be really really good at that. Like, I think they do. I think they've more than proved themselves with Donkey Kong Country, and a third game to cap off the trilogy would be fantastic. I would really, really want one, but like again, a lot of people, for good reason, are waiting for news on Metroid Prime 4 and a new IP. Like that's kind of been the thing for Retro since the very beginning. 20 years ago is that they specifically wanted to make new IPs, and a lot of the ideas they've had have been scrapped for one reason or another. I don't know. I don't know all that much about my history of Retro Studios because I really don't care about them before Metroid Prime. Like, like I really, really don't care. But they could be showing something. Like they could be showing Prime Trilogy. I guess they could show Prime 4, which they are working on now. There's again, like it's so hard to speculate about this stuff because really Nintendo could announce anything. Monolith Soft, like it's been almost 4 years, well 3 years, a little bit over 3 years since Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out, and there's no way that they haven't been hard at work at their next major RPG, and I'm optimistic that we may see something, and I'm also optimistic that it's not Xenoblade related. That's my big thing with Monolith Soft right now is that like okay, I want to see more from them, But it's gonna have to be a new IP. It's Xenoblade is done. It's over. Stop rehashing it like it's a piece of shit. Nobody likes it except waifu fags and Neo Geno Evangelion like obsessed weeaboos. Like Xenoblade was never that good. Okay, Return to Bad Cat. Okay, I would love a new Batten Kaidos. I've gone on record saying that I don't really need one, but if they really make like a next gen one, like with a really good like sequel to Origins, like I would be all over that. Like if they really wanted to do it, like I would be all over that. Love Batten Kaidos. But I think like the thing I would want to see the most from them is just a new RPG from them, like preferably turn based, preferably something that like shits all over Final Fantasy. Like just I just want a good big budget turn based JRPG. Like I don't want this real time action crap. Like it's why I don't play Final Fantasy. Like I don't want that shit. Okay, like make a good turn based combat system. Like please Monolith Soft and anyone else like listening like I want more really good turn-based games. Like I'm playing like a lot of like PS1 RPGs right now, like Final Fantasy VII. I have Grandia on my list. Gotta finish Final Fantasy IX. I've been working on that one for fucking years. Well, like that's been on my list for fucking years. I legit think I bought that game in like 2014. Shit. Like, and I still haven't really played it. Like, what the fuck am I doing? I am finishing Final Fantasy IX. Like after I finish 7, I am immediately going to 9. Okay, just please bear with me on this one. I guess that brings me to the subject of third parties. What can we expect from the third parties? This Nintendo Direct. I'm sure we're going to hear like Monster Hunter Rise. Oh yes, and Capcom has confirmed that there has been news that the Great Ace Attorney is coming to Switch. Like a collection of the Great Ace Attorney. So that's probably going to be like 9 fucking cases if I recall correctly. I've been wanting that game. I've been wanting those games over here for years now, and just hearing that happen is making me very very happy. Very much looking forward to that. It's been way too long since the last Ace Attorney game, and I really need to replay like a lot of the older ones. I'm going through like the trilogy right now, and I want to go through like the new trilogy as well. But yeah, that is something I desperately want. Like, I love Ace Attorney. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to hear more about Monster Hunter Rise, I'm sure. Anything else? I would love a proper Resident Evil 7 Switch port, but that's probably not going to happen. Um, I'm not even sure what else Capcom has, honestly. Like, these days, like, I have no idea. Like, nothing. Nothing I'm interested in. For Konami, I would want like more collections. I want like Suikoden and Mystical Ninja specifically. Kind of weird that I'm asking for Suikoden considering I own them all on PS3, but I would buy them again on Switch for sure. Um, and actually play them this time. Like I played a little bit of Suikoden 1, loved it, and never got back into playing it. It's like it's another Final Fantasy 9 for me. It's kind of unfortunate. Sega needs to start porting Yakuza over. It's way too late for the record. I legit have every single Yakuza game on Xbox Game Pass right now, so I have no reason to buy a Switch version. But they should still do it. I suppose they could announce a new Sonic game, but does anybody really give a shit anymore? Like Sonic is basically dead in the water at this point. Like all the OG fans from the Genesis era are like almost in their 40s now. Like no one still seriously plays fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. Like it's like Sonic is like completely irrelevant. Okay, like Forces was a disaster. Like I think Mania honestly killed it because like I think it kind of proved to everyone that like modern Sega that has no idea what they're doing and they can't even make a game as half as good as the ones that fans are making that basically just rehash the classic games anyway. It's just Sega. I'm not optimistic about. Like maybe we'll get Yakuza, but I really doubt it with Nagoshi being the way he is. He's gotten demoted already. Oh, actually, hopefully because of how he's been handling like the Switch, but I don't think so. Yeah, Persona 5 people are talking about. Would love to see that. Would go ahead and buy that on Switch, and I would stream the entire thing. Actually, I do think that would be something that would be fun to stream. I would love a Persona 4 Golden. Um, like we, like Sega. We're probably gonna get like Shimigami 3 and 5 news. Well, 3 specifically, I think. There's a lot of things they could talk about, like on the Atlas related front, but specifically, what I would want is Persona 5. I am getting the Muso, I am getting the Warriors game on Switch, purely to showcase the Atlas that their audience is no longer on PlayStation hardware, but we'll see. Um, are there any other third parties worth talking about? Like, it legit feels like, other than like a couple of like Japanese devs that are basically just rehashing a bunch of old IPs, like there's really nothing else to talk about. Like, oh, I want Elder Scrolls 6 on Switch. Like, no, I don't. Like, no, I don't give a shit about Elder Scrolls. Like, fuck off with that shit. Not a fan of Elder Scrolls. So, the sky's the limit, really. I would love to see like Star Fox. Obviously, a new Star Fox, preferably. I don't know, like a Zero port would be fantastic. Like I know we keep getting into these discussions that like a Zero port is impossible. The Wii U controls are too good, but like. Um, I don't know. Like I want Zero to have like a new audience. You know what I mean? Like I want people to like start appreciating that game for what it is and stop bitching about what it is. And ooh, it's been 5 years since that game came out. Yeah, I've got to. I'm due for another playthrough. Damn. Almost been 5 years. Yeah, Zero is a fantastic, fantastic game. I would love a sequel. Would love to get into that again. Play through it. Um, um, would buy it again on Switch for sure. It probably wouldn't be anywhere near as good as the Wii U version, but and I would want a Zero 2. I would want like a proper Switch sequel. Yeah, people are talking about F Zero as well. I don't think that's going to happen. F Zero, I think, is basically dead. I see like no future for F Zero at this point. Like Paper Mario is going stronger as ever, but we just got a new game. Maybe next year we'll get a port of Color Splash, but I doubt it. I think we will get Color Splash eventually, but probably next year. Give it another year for that one. Um, let's see what else. Oh yeah, people are talking about like Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. I would want a port. Okay, SquareSoft, do this right now. Like announce ports of Dragon Quest 4, 5, and 6. Like specifically those games. 4 because it's the best game ever made and more people need to play it, and 5 and 6 because I don't own those yet. Like I want to play every Dragon Quest game on Nintendo Switch. Like I legit would buy all of those games. So yeah, please Dragon Quest 5 specifically, but like 6 and the others if able. Yeah, 6, 5, 6, 9, and 10. I imagine 10 isn't coming over here ever, but we'll see. I would legit play 10 if it came out over here. Like damn. Let's see. What else is even coming out? Well, I guess we could see some Silk Song news. That's likely. That's possible. Um, some more Wii ports, like somebody spouted some bullshit about like the Last Story HD at me, and I was just like, fuck yeah, I would be all over that. Love the Last Story, but that's probably not gonna happen. Um, hmm. Like that, this is just all just speculation, right? This is all just ideas. What can we expect to see at this Nintendo Direct? I have no idea.